Just doing a quick charts of interest. I've still got this damn cold, so I'm going to do the best I can. But so the S&P 500 found resistance here, as you would expect, on the daily, and it's way above the Keynesian here. So it's the 4 hours just crossed on the trend here, so to end the week. So it's way above the 100 MA here on the 4 hour as well. So it could be a reversal point. We don't know yet, but it's going to be interesting to see if it does, or it could still break out. You don't know, but we're in very low. The volume profile is extremely low, so, and being that far from the Keynesian, you would expect that resistance to hold here next week as we go into the this is quite a volatile period traditionally, so anything you can expect, anything, whatever most people expect, usually the opposite will happen. So that's just the way the market works. So it flushes out the weekends, and then if we look at the VIX, look at the point of control there, right on the top of that distribution there. That's really interesting. That the point of control being the volume profile, which is where I got the distribution from, as I've mentioned in previous videos. So the Keynesian, when the Keynesian's flat like that, I call that the point of control. But the point of control is showing that this is the most argued over area. When we got the breakout, then everything took off, as you would expect from a breakout like that. So it's very, very important to use this volume profile properly to get the right idea. And then, as you can see, there's no volume up here at all, so that's suggesting that we're overdone. Right, so very easy to see at a glance exactly what's going on. If you know how to read charts properly, you couldn't possibly do this by just guessing what way. You couldn't possibly. People say, oh, charts are just reading tea leaves. I challenge anyone, and I've given people this challenge. I've said, let's go up and get you try to use whatever you do, and I'll use my charts, and let's see at the end of a month who's done better. Oh, I don't do that. I don't have time for that. Don't you just? But you'll bloody mouth off about it though, don't you? Yeah. Not one person has ever. All these trolls that I used to get on Twitter and that, you look on their what they've posted, there's nothing on there. They're just idiots. But anyway, that's why I don't bother posting on social media anymore. So the VIX is really ripped to the downside here now. Once it got back below the centre line or the zero line here on the MACD, it just continued to push lower. So it's going back down towards this target here. So let's just keep an eye on that. But that's not showing any sign of. I thought that might have peaked up a bit, but into the end of the week with the S&P at the resistance, but it didn't yet. So I've got finally TradingView got a deal with TradeStation, so that finally you can now trade off the trade the E-mini straight off the chart, which is awesome. So I've been waiting so long for that. They were supposed to do a deal with Interactive Brokers ages ago, but it never went through. So it's been awesome to get that for trading E-mini, day trading E-mini and oil off the TradingView charts. My dream come true, just in time for my trip to Vietnam in October. I'm spending the month in October, so to be able to trade off straight off E-mini and oil, to be able to trade those straight off the TradingView chart is going to be absolutely awesome. Junk bonds have turned a little bit here, so that's interesting to see. So that's also bearish for little bearish indication for stocks in the week ahead, but Nasdaq is not really doing all that much. Nothing. It's been lagging a bit. The Nasdaq has. The DAX has been ripping. The DAX has been on fire. That's been a great trade on the DAX. With the ECB carrying on with their Draghi's antics, I always love to cash in on it when Draghi starts up the printing press. Unfortunately, I didn't really understand what they were talking about when they originally started all this, but had I known, oh my God, I would have bloody killed it. But now that I know what it all means, I'm certainly taking advantage of it now. But look at that nice straight rip on the 4 hour, beautiful. It's getting overdone now, but it's getting overextended to the upside now. But that's a very nice run there so far. And TLT, this was a great one, great example of a reversal here. Just on this one trade alone, I made $8,451 in 6 days, so that was only with 19 options. The original outlay for those options, original 19 options, were the outlay was only 4,700 and sold 6 days later for 13,150. So how can you make a profit like that anywhere? I can't certainly get returns like that anywhere else. I don't know about anybody else, but if you don't use options, you're really missing out. It's easy money. I didn't even have to do any work. I just sold here because they were deep in the money, so I just sold out and took profit in 6 days. To make a profit like that with very little risk is just, I mean, how could you not? When I tell people this, they just screw their face up at me. I don't know. It's like people in some sort of mass delusion or something there. People are just sort of, I don't know, I can't explain it. But when I talk to people, it's like they're in some sort of mass hysteria or something there. There's been an obsession with property, and now people are like just deer in the headlights. They're just like, they can't really explain it. So I don't really talk about trading with anyone because it's just impossible, really. Bund took another turn down here. Euro Bund with off this very heavy reversal formation here. It's a double top or whatever, a consolidation reversal like that. That was the confirmation there when it dropped below the daily trender, and away she went. That was it there, that point there on the 4 hour. Away she went. Gold looks like it might be headed a little bit lower in the week ahead. Oil's been good. Oil's had a very nice downside here. Very nice. This is typical of a ranging sort of setup. It's very good to trade. You can only trade that on the intraday template, of course. Natural gas has been ripping here. It's been a good trade on natural gas, and the dollar here has been that was the ECB there, and just hard to say what lies in store in the week ahead. You just got to let this dust settle a bit. But Euro pound's been down here because of the strength in the pound, right? And that's been a good one. I'll just go through these pretty quick. US dollar, Jappy, been a good one. Even though the dollar's been down, the yen's been very weak against the dollar. So Euro Oz, that's sort of trying to put in a bit of a mean reversion back up to the Cajun and back up to the 100 here, but it stalled a bit there, so that was a very nice move to the downside though. So that's been an interesting one. Swiss Jappy's been a good one. ZUS, that's put a reversal in. And Z is on the 4 hour here, so it's been a good one. It's been a good, I like these good clean sort of moves where you can see exactly what's going on. The divergence in the MACD here was a dead giveaway, and then it fell through here, right? So you're getting good signals ahead of time with these. Good, nice consolidation breakout here. That was a nice one on the Oz Dollar NZ. Oz Dollar NZ's one of my favourites, and I've always done very well out of Oz Dollar NZ. Oz Dollar US is going quite strongly too. It's been a very strong move on the 4 hour. Oz Dollar Jappy, same. Look at that nice move on the Oz Dollar Jappy. Didn't even budge. I've been just smashing this, but the divergence on the 4 hour MACD here is telling you don't be too greedy now. Get ready for that to come to an end here. But so I just trade this on the intraday template, even though it's such a good move. I still trade it. Excuse me, on the intraday template. NZ Jappy, so trying to put in a reversal here. So again, that diverging MACD here is a dead giveaway. So you want to be, so that's where the uptrend ended here. And you got the flat Cajunson, so it's trying to come back. It's overcorrected. It's been counter trend. It's come up to the resistance on the Kumo, and now it's reversing back on that. That divergence there is a very important thing to understand that. And pound Swissy's been good. Excuse me. And Oz Dollar Swissy's been a good one. Yeah, from about, well, that was probably about here-ish. That was still a bit of a consolidation until here. So then after that it broke out, but it did try to put in a reversal here with that diverging MACD. But so you don't go trying to go long here because you've got this is most likely still turning over yet. So and CAD Jappy's been good, and it's now putting in a same thing again, the diverging MACD here and the flat Cajunson on the daily. You've overshot to the upside now, so now you're putting in a reversal. There's nothing difficult about this. Right, once you can see this, once you can see what price action's doing, it becomes very easy. But initially to learn that price action, to understand what price action's doing, I see people were trying to get long here, right? And against the momentum, and it turned against them. This is what most people will try to get long here, and then you get stopped out, and they don't know why. They should be looking for short entries at this point, and the breakdown here to get short back to the 100 MA. Majority of people lose money because they just do the opposite of what they're supposed to be doing. If you one last thing, I just wanted to show the breadth, S&P 500 breadth. It's holding above this monthly breakout here, which is, I didn't expect this to hold this monthly breakout on the breadth indicator, but shows you that more than 60% of shares are above their 200-day MA, so it's holding up here, and that's quite surprising, but there we have it. So I'm going to wrap it up here before I lose my voice, and that's it. Just a quick look at a few things, and that's it for now. Bye.